I love how I'm getting late 80s, early 90s,
Yes.
like cool, crazy, sexy, cool vibes from it. Is a lot of the inspiration of what, when you were growing up, the people that you idolized?
Yes, I mean, around that time in the 90s and the 2000s, it was nothing but Aaliyah, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Beyonce, you know, the list can go on. Rihanna at that time, Rihanna came in around like the mid
2006-ish.
2006, like, you know what I mean? But those early times, all of those like artists were prominent in pop, and that musicality stayed very like strong in my spirit. I think it's never left me, and I think that comes with a lot of 90s kids.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But so you understand. But I feel like yes, and wasn't it great?
It was a great time.
It was fantastic. I mean, you know, it's cute now. We're not gonna lie, it's cute, but it's very technological. But yeah, I listened to that and I was like, how can we 2.0 it for the generation now? Because they're definitely living for the 90s aspect. They're bringing it back, and now it feels like I fit and I'm a part of this new generation. So yeah.
Yes. And what was the sort of hardest and like most rewarding songs for you to write or work on?
Started From was one of my most rewarding songs to work on in Green Lights, for sure. I mean, my favorite song is Why. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my baby right there. Yeah. Green Lights was simply for the storyline for Michaela Jaé 33F7. She was built in a lab and she has no recollection of who she is or where she had come from. So she's trying to figure out, well, how do I fit in this new world that's dystopian and that's very technological compared to what I remember my present day self was experiencing. And even a trans person would probably not understand because she's a robot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she's truly something that is different and not fathomed in our world that we live in today. And I wanted people to see that so they can resonate it with them in themselves and look at themselves and look back and go, oh, okay, so this is actually truly what different looks like. And it's succeeding and it's thriving, but it's also disheveled and doesn't know because people have worked on it for so long and have tried to pick her apart, and she's trying to figure herself out on her own terms. That's what I want the world to know, and I want when the fans listen to it, I want them to always realize that can be your journey. So you can always figure yourself out. No one has to tell you that. You always can recollect your past, go back to your past so that you can get to the future and be present.
And, you know, when you were writing, you know, Green Lights, and you're blowing up with Pose and all these nominations and trailblazing, you got to meet a lot of amazing people during your time. Who were you the most starstruck by, and what sort of meeting meant the most to you?
Okay, I will say the person I was most starstruck. There's a couple of people that I've been starstruck by, but Lenny Kravitz kind of like gagged me. I was at the Academy Gala, and I was by myself, actually. I had wrote an excerpt about my anxiety at the time and how I was trying to really navigate through it.
It's a big party.
It's a huge party. There's so many famous people there. And I'm trying to figure out how do I fit in the space being by myself. And I found that niche to get me out of my anxiety, which was to watch the people and enjoy their energy and see how they're feeling and how I can help myself. And while I was doing that, I got up and I saw a friend of mine named Darnell. Hey, Darnell. He's like, girl, what you doing there sitting by yourself? I saw you just talking to Hari over there. Come over here, I got some people to introduce you to. So he introduced me. And then I think somebody taps me on my shoulder. And I'm like, yeah, I turn around. It's Lenny Kravitz. He's like, my daughter loves you. And I love you too. I watched your show. I was like, wait, what? He's like, come on, we got to take a picture.
But he knows me.
That's exactly how I felt. And I was just like, so that was one of my starstruck moments. I couldn't speak.
Because he's so beautiful and cool.
He's like cool, beautiful, and also so down to earth. So it's just a lot of greatness.
It feels like he's got the answers too.
Yeah,
I feel like he has the answers to life.
And I feel like he does too, but he's gonna only give them to you when you really need it.
Yes.
You know? But yeah, that was my starstruck moment for sure.
And were there any interactions that really just meant a lot to you that you weren't expecting from, you know, people in the industry?
You know, as I think about it, the most poignant one for me and the profound one was Shirley Ralph. It was just amazing to know that I had been watching her ever since I was a child. I had been looking at her when she was Dina and when she was in Moesha and when she was in Sister Act 2, and the list goes on. She has been an inspiration for a long time. So to know that I have her in my corner, you know, I can call her when I need to and talk to her, you know, it just feels good. to know that she's there.
Tell the fans where they can stream your music, how to support you all over the place, because this lady deserves it.
Yes, y'all. I mean, they can definitely support me on Instagram,
Yes.
TikTok, Twitter. You can stream my music on all social platforms, all platforms, Deezer, iTunes, Spotify. It's there. Just listen to it, y'all. I think y'all will love it.